Hello and welcome back to Mexico News Network's breaking news, broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma. Stay with us because we have excellent information, positive and relevant, about Mexico coming right ahead. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Google+, as well as browse through our website for more information. Now let's continue with more. Mexico City has an increasing number of people using more and more bicycles as a mean of transportation. However, it's also a city plagued with thousands of cars, buses, and trams, reason why it is not so easy and safe to move around the city when riding a bike. Now, this phenomena has led, unfortunately, to accidents, which is why it's necessary to find efficient solutions that provide safety to cyclists. Mexican students from the National Autonomous University of Mexico, Damián Real and Roberto Rivas, developed the Safe Ride Jacket, an interactive vest for cyclists that incorporates LED technology on the back of the vest, divided into three parts: a central part that stays lit up, and the lateral sides that light up as the rider moves either left or right. Now, by doing so, drivers can understand the movement of the rider and therefore prevent accidents. The actual vest itself has two modes of use. The first one is the preventive mode, where the vest is lit up all the time and indicating drivers that the biker's movements are in some places. The second mode, and the differentiating factor of Safe Ride, is the alert system. Now, this system connects to the user's mobile phone, and in case of an accident, it will send out an alert with the location details. Little by little, Mexico City's government implemented the public bike sharing system, Ecobici, which has grown 400% ever since it began operations in 2010. Now, this demands the city to adapt for the thousands of bicycle users, private or public users too. Now, this program has attracted more and more cyclists every single day. In response, the city has begun to transform its streets to safeguard the two-wheel transportation, although this is not the only subject that concerns bike users, as some avenues and streets have designated bike lanes but have no adequate lighting, so riding at night can be quite a risk. Safe Ride Jacket is a great solution for night riders in order to be seen and stay safe. As far as we know, the product is still undergoing its final touches before its launch on the market, and the product is estimated to have a retail cost of 600 pesos, which is around $60, which is somewhat affordable if we think that this can actually save your life. In other news, researchers from the National Polytechnic Institute have developed a glove that can translate sign language into voice and text, using this new device for communication between people who do not understand this language and those who use it because of a hearing or speaking impairment. Even though it is still in its prototype stage, the glove, designed by Dr. Miguel Felix Mata and the graduate student Elena Garcia Luna, is able to detect hand movement signals sent via Bluetooth to a mobile device that interprets and associates each and every movement with the 26 letters of the international alphabet. Now, currently, the glove is only programmed to translate to the international alphabet. However, its creators are working very hard to include Mexican Sign Language to this system, which was created by using state-of-the-art materials. The glove was made using a steel wire, and even though this wire is thicker than conventional string, it is just as flexible. Now, this allows it to be hand-built using other materials such as polyester and nylon. Springs and sensors were incorporated into the design to reinforce the structure and therefore facilitate the reading of hand movements. As mentioned beforehand, the glove sends signals that are received by a mobile device equipped with an application named Guante Traductor, or translator glove in English, which allows the app user to understand what the glove user is trying to say by signs. Even though the application is now available for the Android operating system, the IPM researchers still expect to complete the patenting in order to begin the process of commercialization. Now, the two inventors expect the device to be affordable and very accessible for users. Now, in more information, in order to address the technological gap in Mexico's agricultural sector, a team of Mexican aeronautical engineers came up with a revolutionary proposal. This is a system that involves the use of drones to fertilize and fumigate crops. Omar Lopez Perez, an engineering graduate of the Metropolitan Technical University of Hidalgo and a member of the team, told the communications branch of Mexico's National Council on Science and Technology, the CONACYT, that the use of these devices may represent a viable option for Mexican farmers. Lopez Perez said sometimes farmers cannot fumigate the top of trees, especially fruit ones, because of their large size. So they choose to leave it without fumigating, which therefore translates into a loss of production and then, at the same time, results in economic losses. Overflying the crops, farmers could identify the areas of highest potential to fertilize. Even though the use of drones has been used for farming procedures in other parts of the world, in Mexico, this idea is brand new. The team has in fact considered making their own unmanned aerial vehicles. Lopez Perez also commented that the body of the vehicle would be fully developed by them and that they are thinking about two different vehicles. One is a multi-rotor and the other will be a fixed wing to use in different procedures, which may vary depending on the flight conditions. The very first prototype could be ready to experiment by next December, depending on the resources and funding that the team manages to achieve for the manufacturing of the drones themselves. Now, coming up next, mixing layers and different materials. A Mexican researcher has transformed the glass of windows into solar panels. That's right, here there's the story of Sandra Casillas' brand and wonderful innovation. The transparent photoelectric cells that Sandra has innovated are the result of combining two different materials. One layer made of copper and zinc, and the second layer made of selenium and tellurium. Now, both parts together increase the effectiveness of the panel to capture energy, of course. Casillas' tandem panels can receive 8 volts per square meter, which is enough energy to recharge electronic domestic products. According to the researcher, using this technology is pretty simple. All you have to do is to install the panels into the windowsill and plug it in the 2 copper wires to use the electricity produced by solar energy. Now, it's important to point out that in August 2014, researchers of Michigan State University created the transparent solar concentrator, which was used by Casillas to implement this innovation onto a window that produces energy. But you may be wondering what the cost is. You might be very happy to know that it's quite and very affordable if you compare it with the regular solar panels used, say in Europe, for instance. Its price has been estimated to be around $23 per square meter. According to Casillas, the geographical and climate characteristics of Mexico make it the ideal and perfect ground to test these solar energy devices. Now, the next step is to distribute this innovation and wait for consumer acceptance. Now, we'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us with more information on Mexico and the world after these few messages.
Audio Jungle.